What's happening, y'all? I'm Ivy. You're Ivy Vibes. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. And we are going to see where the energy lies with you guys. I pulled some cards here, and we're going to see what these are about. First, we have extremes. And let's see. Let me get myself situated. See what extremes is about. You may be facing some extremes right now. You could be seeing the number 34 or 7. But we're going to see what extremes is about here for you. Why am I not? Oh, I'm bugging. Okay. This is a hot moon. Y'all see how fiery that moon is back there? Okay. This says most of us have experienced extremes of weather, boiling hot days, or the freezing of snow and ice. You certainly know you are alive because the sensation can be so overwhelming or stressful on the body. The hot moon appeared in the hottest times of the year, where the days were longest and the rains were less frequent. Similarly, we can experience extremes in life, death, job losses, relationship breakdowns, true fears, big conflicts, booms and busts. And yet this is life. Our situation can change quickly for better or for worse. The hot moon challenges us to build our resilience and reserves of wisdom and calm for those times where things are at their extreme. It reminds us that developing grace under pressure is worth its weight in gold, and that even these extremes in time will pass. So you may be facing some extremes right now, and we're just going to see what that extreme could be in regards to for some of you. If it resonates with you, please be so kind to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. So what I have is the 8 of Swords. You may be facing some extremes when it comes to dealing with fears, but understand these are mental challenges that you are facing when it comes to these extremes. I don't know what's going on, but the situation that you're dealing with, this is a thing. And this is where you having control over your mental thoughts really does play a big part in your reality and how you see things. You could be so caught up in your mind of envisioning the worst about a situation that it's all based on fiction and not fact. Sometimes we make what I used to hear a lot as a kid, making a mountain a mountain from a molehill. Okay, and that's just creating a bigger scenario of something that is not really that big, making something more dramatic than what it actually is. And so you don't build up in your mind all these crazy thoughts about something before the situation even happens, because you're creating anxiety in your body and stress and worry, and that leads to dis-ease. And you don't want that. You don't want to have a disease then begin to manifest in your physical being. But this is definitely, something that can be challenging. But understand, this person is wrapped up and tied up in their own thoughts. They're they're surrounded by these thoughts. And with swords deals with the air, with your mental, and it's something that happens fast. So these may be thoughts that are coming in really, really fast. And they can pass just as quickly as they come. So I always say that when it comes to your thoughts, we have a million thoughts that come through our mind a day. Let the thought come, but you don't have to entertain it. So as quickly as it comes is as quickly as you can tell it to leave. So one of the other things that we have for today is attraction. And so you could be seeing 44 or the number 8. And we're going to see what this is about. And this is about the super moon. Y'all see how big that is? Super moon. And so this says a super moon is a full moon that is the closest distance from the earth in its revolutions. It is also referred to as a perigee moon. I don't know if I said that right. The supermoon looks huge in the sky, and being so close to the earth, it influences the oceans more than usual, causing more extreme tides than are normal. These changes in gravity and force are certainly noticeable, and for the most people who follow the cycles of the moon and do magical workings aligned with them, it is the energy of supermoons that is most important. If normal full moon gives us an opportunity to have rocket power under our intentions, a supermoon greatly magnifies this energy into a supernova. If we are growing, we all want to attract experiences into our lives. This can be positive relationships, a lifestyle that suits us better, clarity, love, prosperity, creativity. The list goes on. Equally, we also perhaps wish to be able to repel the experiences we don't want. It is important then to not just know what we want, but to be able to recognize what we don't. Attraction isn't just about what we accept, but also how we discern. Blindly attracting everything we think of into our lives rarely makes us happy, but being forced about it does. This card, please forgive any background noise. This card also suggests that we think globally and for the whole. If you are making intentions on the supermoon, include one for the planet. So, dealing with this could be, again, about those things that you are attracting, and especially if it's falling under the time of a supermoon. So let's see what this card could be about for you. If this is dealing with things that you are maybe consciously attracting or subconsciously attracting. Thank you. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We are attracting somebody. I'm including myself in this one. We are attracting wealth, prosperity, singularity. Like, this is someone who has a whole lot of abundance in their life. You see all them pentacles around this chick? Someone is trying to attract a whole lot of abundance into their life so that they can pamper themselves and live a life that they feel best suits them in terms of how they view luxury. And it's not going to be the same for everyone, but there's all these grapes that are around. This lady is clothed in gold, okay? She's just arrayed in adornment, and then she got even a bit of a glow of the sun around her head, okay? So there's nothing but abundance all around her. And so this is someone that really is working on attracting the best into their life. Okay, so I definitely like that. So you could be, in this place where that is what you're doing. You're being mindful of how you are attracting um, abundance and prosperity into your life. And this is also someone that could potentially be trying to also attract singlehood, being in a place where you may feel more abundant in a single space than in a partnership. Or this is something that could be in the makings for you, that as you are coming more into a singlehood, if you are leaving a relationship, that you are feeling more abundant being by yourself. And there is nothing wrong with that. So let's see. I'm trying to get these in under 20 minutes. We have resilience, and we definitely know what that's got to be about. So you could be seeing the number 21 or the number 3. And we're going to see what this is about here. I wish these weren't so long. All right. So as we stretch and expand towards our intentions, we will most likely meet resistance or wait for it, make mistakes, or fail altogether. This is where resilience, confidence, and our inner will come into play. We might ask ourselves, how do we really want what we are going for? Does what we want align with our needs and values? Are we really devoted to having it? Do we think we are enough? Do we have the strength to keep going? While all of us at some time have to go through periods of imbalance and difficulty, even of suffering, it is important we learn to grow and rely on our resilience. This is true power from the inside out, building our reserves of resilience. This ability to stand strong and bounce back is something that has at its heart wisdom and learning taken from experience. Having resilience allows us the solidity and yet the freedom to grow and to take the leap to the next level. It allows us to reach higher with a stability that makes things less risky and allows us to create with a bit more pleasure. Remember, mistakes are simply information gathering. That's it. The less drama and guilt and shame you attach to them, the better. The experience of failure or mistakes is simply one of learning. That is all. As we move around the lunar cycle and in life, we can see how things may have occurred before and that we have experience in how to handle them. Even if we don't have direct experience, we can build resilience as an insurance policy against being devastated by the opinions of others. While someone might say something nasty about us, when we compare this to what we know to be true about ourselves, it truly is no great hurt and really just a piece of information gathering. So I know that for myself, I've had to build up a lot of resilience, and most people have, even though they may not feel like that, with all the different life experiences that we face and challenges from day to day. So let's see what this whole thing of resilience is dealing with. And I would say family. Okay, you could be trying to gain some type of true family happiness, home life experience where you are just overall feeling really, really good and fulfilled in your journey when it comes to having happiness in your life with your family, and whatever that family idea is for you. There may be a lot of challenges that you face in your family where things weren't always going the right way or going the way that you expected them to go or desired for them to go. And it's caused you to build up a bit of a resilience when it comes to the challenges that you've had to deal with, and still feeling a sense of happiness and emotional fulfillment. And so you're on that path, And whatever it is that you may be going through right now is just, again, gathering information, giving you different insight and another perspective of how you can view, how you can have this happiness based off of the resilience that you have inside. Allow that to build and grow and feed off of that. Let that be something that is a reserve inside of you, because everything is not always going to go the way that you may want it to or desire it to. But that's when maybe you have more of a release of expectations on situations and just allow things to be and find more emotional fulfillment in that. But again, this could be something right now that you are dealing with within, trying to find a sense of emotional fulfillment within your home life and building up a resistance for it. So we have a couple more here. We're almost done. We have self-love. I don't know if any of you are resonating with these things, and that is 6, and 6 is all about love. Okay, so let's see what 6 says right quick. You could be seeing the number 6 also. So this says, sometimes we feel we are not enough. Sometimes we are even told we are not enough by our own voice, the voices of others, and our culture. Not smart enough, not pretty enough, not powerful enough, not talented enough, not good enough at what we choose to do, not ambitious enough, not experienced enough, not curvy enough, not thin enough, not glamorous enough, not porn star enough, not enough of a lady. And as a result, all of this makes us not love ourselves enough. Yeah. Then there is the opposite, that we are too something, too tall, too short, too fat, too thin, too wrinkly, too plump, too old, too young, too quiet or too mouthy, too noticeable, too opinionated, too much trouble, too much, full stop. Is it any wonder that many of us feel such self-loathing or dissatisfaction with self? Please just stop. Put your blinkers on, breathe, be yourself, do rituals, speak to the goddess or god of whatever energy floats your boat. Ask for help. Yes, indeed, listen to any and all. Let me make sure I say this right. Yes, indeed, listen to any or all of the crazy misdemeanors that your mind may throw at you, but then hug these untruths like a crying puppy and soothe the reasons they are there. Know that you are doing the best you can right now, that you are not your past, and you can soothe yourself. And most importantly, you can move on. Know that this craziness is just a diversion from knowing yourself really well and discovering amazing, delicious aspects of yourself that are entirely satisfying. Focus on you, not others, and discover where you really might like change, if anywhere or anything, for your own personal benefit, not for some outward measure of enoughness. True power and happiness comes from the inside out, like an unfurling spiral. Woe is the person who relies on the opinions of others to gain happiness and self-measure. Choose radical self-love. Choose you. So let's see what this whole self-love is in regards to, because this really may be a challenge that some of you are facing right now. Sorry. And I'm going to say that it is about having a new start. Okay? You could be on this new journey and needing to take a new leap of faith, and maybe someone is telling you that you can't do it, or you might be feeling like you can't do it. And this new start could be in regards to anything, any direction. It could be, let's see if we can be a little bit more specific about this. Being in control. It could be about a job. It could be in regards to your father. Maybe a father figure is telling you that you are not enough and you're having some challenges when it comes to that. Being more in control of your own self. Being giving more opinions. Again, we have like another fatherly figures. And I would say also being direct, okay, and decisive in your actions. Maybe that is something that you are dealing with when it comes to having this new start. And it could be, you know, going back and forth between you and another individual here. But there definitely is this aspect of self-love that you may need to really begin to look at and persevere with when it comes to what you want to do, who you want to be, and how you see yourself, how you handle yourself, the things that you think about yourself, the direction in life that you are taking, and, you know, making sure that you are doing things with your eyes open, but seeing things the way that they actually need to be seen so that you can have the best start, and not living the way that you were in the past. If any kind of self-love stopped you from being able to take a new start in a different direction, and just feeling like you just have to kind of go along with the status quo, you don't. You can have that new start. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can journey and make that new start. Take that leap of faith. Be in control of your own journey, and also make sure that you're making very decisive action when it comes to what you're doing. In this last one, because I don't want this to be too long, and we've already hit past 20 minutes, but we have growth. And so I feel like with a lot of you, you could be going through a period of growth, and you might be seeing the number 5. Okay, that is dealing with the waxing crescent. The last one was a waxing crescent also. Okay, so when it comes to growth, think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks for a long while, it just looks like a feeble stick. It may have a few branches and leaves, but at first the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a veritable root city under the surface. These roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding onto rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then and only then, once these root networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth. The trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little, and the trunk's supportive thickness, I hope I said that right. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. The waxing lunar cycle calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains. After all, transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true selves. And I just think that that's really beautiful because, again, I'm kind of resonating with a lot of these and what is being said, because you have to understand how you need to establish your growth. And this is a card that came out, Three of Hearts, Swords. You could be experiencing growth after a heartbreak, or you could be dealing with some kind of heartbreak, something that hurts you deeply, that is bothering you mentally. There's some kind of a break or divorce that you may be dealing with, even some form of a betrayal, but something that maybe you haven't even expressed, because the Swords, again, is all about those thoughts. There's something that is there that you are growing from, and it has to do with something that hurt you in some form or fashion. And so understanding that growth doesn't just come one way or through one thing. It comes through many different ways of many different experiences. And so right now you could be going through a growth when it comes to seeing something new for yourself, as far as healing from a heartbreak, a situation that, impacted you. I don't want to say negatively, but gave you a new perspective on a situation, on a person, even on yourself. So, with that being said, I do hope that you are able to grow and see that all of these things are meant to help you, to give you strength and help with your direction, because like this talked about when it, was speaking on the willow and how it roots itself first. Those are the things that you need to do so that you don't get pulled up. You are anchored, and you also will move with intention and purpose. Let this growth push you in a particular direction that actually helps you. You know what I'm saying? Instead of allowing the same situations to happen over and over again, there has to be some type of there should be some type of view of learning through every experience that you go through. And I feel like when you are able to see things from a different perspective and look at things as information to help you to learn and grow from, it allows you to move differently and helps you to handle situations in more of a positive manner. So I know that this might have been a little bit lengthy. I don't generally tend to do these kind of things, but with me in my schedule, I'm really trying to give things that I feel really, really help. And this one just kind of called to me to use my, if you're interested about this deck, my Queen of the Moon Oracle. I wanted to do that with my tarot this morning. So thank you guys so much again for coming to my channel, watching this video. And if this video resonated with you and you enjoy this content and would like to see more of it, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And definitely leave me a comment, because y'all know how I love the comments. I don't get many, but I like to get more. But please continue to tune in and hit your notification bell so you know the next time that I upload a video. And until the next time, you guys, be well.